Good morning, everyone. We are coming at you live from my craft room in Texas, and I'm super excited about today's video. We are launching a recipe memory box project. And if you know me, you know that I absolutely love recipe projects. So we're gonna let everyone jump on here before we start. So let me just check and see if we've got people hopping on. We do. Let's see here. Welcome everybody if you're just joining us. Hang on while I get my comments visible. Good morning, Joanne and Connie. Glad to have you here. I am Janet and I am with Memory Bound from Ankeny, Iowa. We are doing a live remote video today from my craft room. I have my handy videographer, my personal videographer available with me today. His name is Jay. He's my spouse, and I really appreciate him doing this. I'm sure when we moved to Texas and he retired, he hadn't quite planned on being a part-time videographer, but I surely am happy that he's here. Otherwise, I'd have to grab somebody off the street, so I appreciate that he's here. So welcome everybody. I see we have lots of people jumping on. Super happy to have you all here. So I have a few announcements before we get started. And gosh, I wish Jay would grab my cup of coffee, but I think it's just around the corner, but we'll get by without. So I have a few announcements that Kelly gave me this morning. And there was a pink sticky note. Here we go. Just a couple of things before we talk about our recipe project. If you are local in the Des Moines, Central Iowa area, we have one more week of donations for a wonderful community project called Mom's Morning Out. And we have a box in the store where we are collecting personal items for single moms in the community, like purses, clothing, tote bags, different things that single moms might be able to use. And if you are local to Memory Bound in Iowa, we've got one more week to collect your donations. So it's a great cause, and we hope that everybody can contribute if you're in the area. So that's the first reminder. Second reminder, and this is a crafty reminder, we have the new Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous products available now on our website for purchase. So that's a very exciting thing. And if time permits, we may possibly do a video today to introduce those, but it's kind of a busy day in Ankeny, so we'll see if that happens. But we just wanted to let you know that they are out there on the website. You can take a look at them and available to purchase. And let's see, the third announcement, and this is also a very exciting announcement. The 49 & Market new lines will be arriving tomorrow at Ankeny. And that's a really exciting thing. We always love it when the new lines from our friends at 49 & Market come out. The names of these two lines that everybody has been looking forward to are Crafty Garden and Okra. So be ready to look for those tomorrow. So I think that is all of our announcements. And let me just check our comments and make sure we don't have any questions. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I'm super excited to be here. We have tried to clean up my craft room and set it up like a little remote studio. So hopefully there's some things on the floor that hopefully my videographer will not film, but you know how craft rooms go. So let me just check and make sure that there aren't any questions. Hi Susie and Sharon and Mary. It's great to see you all. All right, so I'm going to just jump in and talk about this project, and let me grab it here. And Jay, do you want to go ahead and put the camera in the overhead mount? I think the easiest thing that we can do today, for my husband's sake and for you all, is to put the camera in the overhead mount, so it will be easy for you to see what we are showing today. So I'm going to have Jay do that real quick, and then we will talk about this project. Jay, before you do that, let's just show it real quick in the crate form. This is a recipe project that is designed in a crate, and we love these crates. They hold tons of little pieces, and I designed this one to hold recipe cards. We're going to walk through every single piece of this recipe crate in just a little bit, but I wanted you to see how it looks sitting up. And this would be perfect to put on your kitchen counter, to give as a gift. If you've got grandma's recipes, that sort of thing, it would be a wonderful way to keep those nice and handy to cook from, actually. So I'm going to walk you through everything that is in this crate and tell you all about it in just a second after Jay gets us hooked up in the overhead camera. And while he's doing that, I'm just going to share with you that this kit is available to purchase. It is $59.99, and you'll find it online. And the great thing about this is it's not just a kit, but we are actually going to do this as a craft along at the end of April. On Monday and Tuesday, April 29th and 30th, I'm going to be back in Iowa. And on Monday the 29th, we'll be doing a craft along where we will work on components of this recipe crate. We will not have a chance to finish the whole thing most likely, but we're going to get a lot done. So if you can join us then, that will be great. But as always, you'll be able to watch live or later. So I'm going to come right around back where you're now seeing just a picture of my craft mat. And let us know if you can see all these pieces. It looks to me like you can see. Alrighty. So I'm going to walk you through what's in the kit and what you will need, and then we'll take a look at every single piece that is in the kit, because this is really a great project that has a ton of pieces in the kit: recipe cards, journaling cards, places for photos, etc. Before we jump into that, I want to mention that recipe projects are among my very, very favorite, because I think recipes really represent memories. And if you think about your special memories that you have with your mom or your grandma in the kitchen, those really evoke strong memories. At least they do for many of us. And a lot of times, if you think about how we scrapbook, we sort of overlook all of those recipes. So this gives us an opportunity to not only record the recipe, but also record the memories that go with the recipe. So that is what I love about this project. It's not just recipes, it's also almost like a little scrapbook in a different format. So that's how I designed it, and I hope that that's something that resonates with everyone too. So let me just talk a little bit more about the kit. In your kit, you're going to get full color instructions with all kinds of pictures that will show you exactly how we're going to assemble this. And it looks like there's a lot in the box, and there is, but we're going to go about this in a really methodical manner that will make it really easy to do. So when you get your kit, you will have a little bit of pre-work at the top. It says instructions and pre-work. And if you want to do the craft along with me on April 29th, I would just ask that you go ahead and do this pre-work. And it's really just cutting the paper that's in your kit. It's very, very simple cutting. A lot of the papers in the kit are cut-aparts. And cut-aparts are super easy to cut apart because that's what they're designed for. There are a couple that you're going to leave together, and those are shown in the pictures. So just the pre-work. If you want to get all of that done before April 29th, then we will assemble many of the components together in our craft along. And I'm super excited about that. So let's talk about what all is in your kit. Your kit includes, of course, the crate. And I counted up how many papers there are. There are 6 different papers from the Good to Be Home line, which is one of my favorites. I absolutely love it. And it also includes custom recipe cards that I made using clip art from the same Echo Park collection. So all of the recipe cards that are included in your kit actually coordinate because the artwork is the same as what are on the stickers. So that was super, super fun for me. And I love that everything is totally coordinated in that way. You're also going to get journaling cards, which I love journaling cards for recipes because this is where you have the opportunity to tell your story. And let me just find one here. Got tons of them in here. Let's see. Well, I'll get to one of those. I'm not finding one right off the top of my head, but you'll get the recipe cards, you'll get the journaling cards, you'll also get photo mats or excuse me, not photo mats, but photo mats will be available to purchase as well. So let's walk through everything, and I think this will make a whole lot of sense. I'm just going to take out all the pieces of this kit so you can see what's in the kit. We have, as I mentioned before, made several recipe cards that are included in your kit. I believe there are 6. And so these are simple. You just cut them apart. And on the back side, this is what I was referring to earlier. On the back side, you see I went ahead and added space for photos, and then also one of the journaling cards that says about this recipe. So let's say this is Grandma's angel food cake recipe. You could list her recipe here, and then on this page could go, or on the back of the card could go a picture of Grandma and then a few notes about the recipe. So this is what I love about the format. You have not only the opportunity to place the recipe in the box, but also memories and a photo as well. So these are examples of the recipe cards. And there are also dividers included in the kit. And these are, if you're a scrapbooker or card maker, I'm sure you recognize these are actually cut-aparts. Another sheet of cut-aparts, super, super easy to assemble. So they are cut-aparts, and we're adding a sticker to the top of each one. So when we do our craft along, we will assemble all of this type of component first. And then again, later on your own, you can put your own photos and stickers and whatnot on the back side. So we won't do any of that in class because of course you need time to figure out what recipes you want to include and what photos, but at least we'll get you started on the front part. So again, you'll have the recipe cards and you'll have these little dividers. And let's see, here's another cute little recipe card. And we do have, I started to say earlier, we do have these photo mats available for purchase. They are not included in your kit because not everybody will want to use photo mats, but if you do, they are ready to go. And this makes it perfect if you want to set this up as a gift to give to someone, or if you want to put this on your own project, then when you add your photo, you will still have this little mat showing. So that's another benefit of the photo mats. Those are available as an add-on, and Kelly has linked them to the kit. Now, before I go on, I'm just going to step back and make sure that we don't have any questions. You guys, over the years, I have done tons of recipe projects for the store. And the funny thing about that is that I am not so handy in the kitchen, but I sure love to make recipe books and projects. So let's take a look at these 3 cards. This is a half a sheet of paper that you will cut apart into 4x6 pieces. And then we're going to add these cards to the front. So in our craft along, we will do this. This is the vertical recipe card, another vertical recipe card, and then on this side, another vertical recipe card. And then we just added a few little stickers to dress them up. And then later on your own, you can add in photo mats to correspond with those particular recipes. So, and again, I made all of these to custom coordinate with this particular line of paper, which is Good to Be Home by Echo Park. And let's look at another type of component that we're going to be making. This is another piece of paper that you will cut in half. And again, we'll add a few cut aparts and stickers. Isn't that the cutest sticker? I just love that little shelf. And then you'll have these available to add to your box. So by assembling all one type of element first, we will be able to put this together in fairly short order. This is another one of those dividers, and I punched out a 1.5 inch circle to add to the top and use that as a foundation for a couple of stickers. So, and I don't know if you can see here really well, I'll try to lift this up, but I did do a little pen stitching with a fine tip black pen. So that is among the list of things that you will need for this class. And this is one of the dividers. Again, on the back, space for a photo. Here's another recipe card. And let's see, what else do we have here? I decided to make both vertical and horizontal recipe cards. So these measure 4 by 6, and then these are about 3 by 5 or so. They're different format, but they all coordinate. I matched up the fonts and everything so it would all look totally coordinated. And again, many of them have these little journaling cards which encourage you to write about a particular recipe. I am sure that you guys have stories to go along with a lot of your recipes. And that reminds me, I'm going to share this story. This is my mom's recipe box. And look at this. It's just total disaster. My mom's been gone for many years now, but this was always like an ongoing joke. She would never organize her recipes. And for my entire life, ever since I was in junior high, I tried to organize her recipes. I would spend the day pulling out her recipes and recopying them, or sometimes even typing them, and trying to get my mom organized. See, I was born this way, you guys. But she never ever got organized. This is how she wanted her recipes. And it was crazy, absolutely crazy.
Wasn't she able to still reach into that messy box and pull anything in a matter of seconds?
She could find absolutely anything. It was only me that it bothered. But this is what I want to show you guys. This is hilarious. This little piece of paper right here that says 3 eggs and 1 cup of sugar. This is her pumpkin pie recipe, you guys. This is it. She only wrote down the 2 ingredients that she had trouble remembering. So all the rest of it was in her head. She only wrote down those 2 ingredients. So yes, absolutely. So this was my mom in a nutshell. She just had the most hilarious personality. And you know, over the years, this just drove me absolutely bonkers. So I did eventually get her to write the entire recipe down, but I have kept that little tiny piece of paper just because, you know, what a story that is. So this was always just an inside joke with my mom, and gosh, I love and miss her, and her recipes really do take me back. So that's an example of the kind of story that you could write on the back of this card, so that you always remember what's associated with that particular recipe. All right, I'm just looking through the comments. All right. And I believe Kelly is on with us this morning. So if there's anything you have questions about or need a link for, she can help us out with that. I really appreciate that. And here are a couple more of the recipe cards. Let's see, what else do we have in here? I did include some tags, and this was an opportunity to add some ribbon to the project. So in the kit, we will be making our own tags out of craft cardstock, and then adding cut-aparts to the front. And these cut-aparts are absolutely adorable. This one happens to open up and gives room for additional photo. And then on the back, you've got space for photos as well. So if you have pictures of yourself in the kitchen, or maybe pictures of some cookies that you love to make or candy that you love to make, this is an opportunity to put those pictures with the recipes so that you can have both of them together, and really it functions as a little scrapbook. So we also have some little 3x4 cut-aparts, no cut-apart left behind. On the backs of those, I added little photo mats and stickers. And again, if you want these photo mats, we do have them available for purchase. So they are linked to the kit, so you can absolutely pick them up. And I think we are putting together a package of various sizes so that you would have at least a starter set, and you can always grab more if you need to. So then finally, I also decided, of course, I had to make a few pockets. And pockets give you the opportunity to tuck and add things in just with a little bit different format. So this is a pocket made from a 4x6 cut-apart, and then it will accommodate these smaller pieces, or you could even tuck in a tag. So just a simple little cut-apart with the bottom folded up. This is a 6x4 cut-apart that we left connected together, punched a 1.5 inch half circle, and then inside all of these little components can fit. Or you can put anything that you want in. You can add your own recipe cards, you can add more journaling cards, you can put some photos, whatever you would like. Having a bigger pocket like this with something tall is a great thing to put at the back of your crate. So if I were arranging the items in my crate, I would tuck this into the back, so it kind of serves as a, not like an easel, but it kind of catches and keeps things standing up nicely. So we'll load this up in a second, but that's a good piece to go in the back. Here's another pocket, again, just made from pattern paper, and it can accommodate various things that you might want to tuck in. So we'll just stick these things in here, tuck that in my box. And then here's a third pocket made in the same fashion, but again, having that little half circle punched makes it really look like a pocket, and then you've got space to add your own photos and recipes. And I just absolutely love the artwork in this collection. It's so, so cute. And honestly, it does all the hard work for you. There is also one little, I would say, bookfold type element that opens up, and you can add your own pictures or recipes to the inside. So that's just another type of folding element. And let me just look back. Suggestions on what you would do if a recipe is longer than one page. I absolutely have those situations. Like you might have something written on both the front and the back of the recipe card. Here's an example of that. Holiday fudge starts on the front of this recipe card and then on the back. If you want to use your original recipe cards in this, what you could do is scan or photograph the back or copy the back side of your recipe and then just add that to the card as well. That would be a great one to put in a pocket. So maybe copy both sides, tuck it in a pocket so it's nice and together. You could use a cute little clip to clip both sides together. That would work, absolutely. Great question. Let's see if we've got any other questions. Donna, you have so many of your mom's recipes and you want her handwriting too. I totally agree. And that's the thing, if you wanted to just use your mom's original recipe cards in here or copies of, absolutely, you can include those too. So we included a few recipe cards if you want to add your own personal recipes, but if you have these special heritage recipes and you want your mom's writing or your grandma's writing, just include them for sure. Like here's my mom's French toast recipe and who she got it from. And she just was famous for writing just the bare minimum. She's written down 4 ingredients, enough for 4 slices of bread. It has absolutely no instructions. This is my mom to a T. She just wrote down the bare minimum. The rest of it was in her head. Now for poor people like me who struggle in the kitchen, this is very inadequate. So all my life I tried to get her to write things down, and I was successful, but we always gave her such a hard time about her recipes. But absolutely, it's your mom or your grandma's writing that makes them special. So by all means, copy them or include the originals for sure. You've got recipe cards that you can use for your own recipes or others that aren't quite as special. So let's go ahead and add these all to the crate. I'm going to turn the crate like this and see if you guys can see this. So I've turned it on its side. So what I would do is once we have all the elements created, then we're going to just start adding our items to the crate. And I would probably start with the tabbed pieces. This is not really an official divider system, but more like just areas of your recipe card that you can add in different things. And I'm going to put 2 recipe cards behind each tab. Again, you can arrange this any way you want because everything is designed to go together. So I'm just tucking it all in. And the nice thing is you've got a variety of different heights. So you have things that stick up above other things and give it some interest. And you've got all the colors that totally blend together. Now I'm going to add in these other pockets. And again, you just can't go wrong tucking it all in. And I just think this would be such a fun gift for maybe a newlywed, or maybe you've got someone who's starting out in their own home and would like to have some family recipes. We're just going to tuck this last little pocket in. And then on the front, if you'd like to decorate the front of your project, I also added just an optional element. Mine is not actually glued down. I just left it optional, so you can add this to the front. This is created with a cut apart and a sticker, and it's matted on cardstock to give it more stability. But if you want to add a decoration to the front of your crate, you sure can, and this is available for you. And Kelly jumped on and said, if you're local, we can color copy your recipes. Yes, that is a fabulous thing. We have done that many, many times, and that is a wonderful way to preserve the handwriting on your recipes for sure. Jay, I'm going to have you take the camera down, if you would, in just a few seconds, and we will have a different view. So I think he was busy with his coffee. So one moment while we have a delay. So let me again go over what's in the kit and what you will need in order to make this project. It's very basic supplies, and you will find this at the top of the instructions. You're going to need your regular trimmer, your scoring board, or scoring blade will be just fine. A standard hole punch, just like a regular office type hole punch. And I did use a couple of sizes of circle punches, both a 1/2 inch circle punch and a 1.5 inch circle punch. And both of those are probably punches that you already have. If you don't have the exact size for the 1.5, similar will do. And then one thing that I loved adding to this project was the We Are Memory Keepers diagonal corner punch. If you don't have this, I believe it's $11.99. It's a great value, and I use mine all the time. Even though I have tag dies and similar other dies, this is just so handy to reach for, and it's got 3 sizes of corners and super easy to use. So I use this to create the tags that are in the project, and then also just to notch some of the additional corners on things. You're also going to need a powder tool, which is for neutralizing or de-stickerizing the stickers that are in your kit, and 1/4 inch score tape. You'll need that just to make the pockets. If you have 1/8 inch score tape, that will work fine too. You'll need a tape runner, liquid glue, foam dots. If you have a black fine tip pen, you can do some pen stitching. And I did ink everything in this project. So if you like that look, you can do that. And I would suggest when you do your homework or your pre-work, just go ahead and ink all the pieces that you cut apart, and that way you'll have at least a good portion of it done. So now I'm going to have Jay take the camera off the mount, and we'll just wrap things up here. And again, can you flip the camera, Jay? There you go. Can you, there you go. Can you see me? Yeah, everybody's good. Okay. All right. So again, I'm so excited about this project, and I hope that you will join me at the end of April for our craft along. This is called the Recipe Memory Box, because it's both a combination of recipes and kind of memories or scrapbooking. And it is $59.99. We have it on our website. We have related products linked. So for instance, if you want to purchase any additional recipe cards or journaling cards, we have those available. We also have photo mats available if you think you'd like to include those in your project as well. So if you would like to join us, I would love to have you. Just pick up your kit or get it ordered in time to do your homework, and then you can craft along with me live or later at the end of the month. And let me just double check and make sure that I haven't forgotten anything. I have to check my notes here. I think we are good. And Kelly, do we have anything at all that I have forgotten? I think we are good. Oh, can you purchase additional crates if you wanted to make several for gifts? That is a great question, and hopefully Kelly can help us out with that. Kelly is linking all the things that we need for this project. I really appreciate it. And let's see. Okay, great, excellent. Well, I think that's all we have for today, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We will be back again tomorrow. Katie is on the docket for tomorrow with some adorable cards that are stamped that you are going to love. So I would like to say thanks to all of our viewers, thanks to my spouse Jay for filming this morning, and thanks to everyone back in Iowa. Can't wait to see you in a couple of weeks. Bye.